Okay, quick disclaimer, guys. I uploaded this a little later than I planned to, so in the first part of the video, you'll see a little announcement Depop made that has the dates May 20th to May 28th. That announcement is clearly over because it's been a couple weeks since then, but I just didn't feel like editing it out. So if you see those dates, that's just one of the announcements. But other than that, let's get into the video and let's go. Greetings, ladies and gentlefolks. This is Cece back with another Depop tutorial video. This is going to be part 2 of the refunds and return policies, and I'm going to touch on the things that I didn't cover in the last video. But before I get into that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, this little disclaimer did just pop up on the app when I opened it. Every now and again, Depop does these little promotional events, so this is one of them. And they're doing it now. If you sell men's wears, pants, jeans, joggers, and shorts, there's going to be no Depop fees. So it's going to be between tomorrow and the 28th. So if anyone's interested in that, it's normally will pop up as soon as you open the app. Get on that, and you can either learn more or get involved. But that's not what we're going to talk about. We are going to get into the rest of the refunds and return policies, y'all. Okay, guys, so in the last video, I touched on buyer and seller protection as far as purchases made within the Depop app. I want to clarify what I mean by that, because I did get a couple people that asked, what do you mean when you say purchases made within the app? So let's go to my page, for example, and let's go to this book. So I do have this book for sale, by the way, just saying. But let's say I decided to give the book to like a family or a friend, and I didn't do the purchase within the app, but I just gave it to them for a different price, or I gave it to them for free, whatever the case was. There's a feature in Depop where you can mark an item as sold even though you didn't sell the item within the app. So you would click those 3 little buttons, go down, mark item as sold. Obviously, I'm not going to do that for this example, but if you hit sold, it's going to show up on your page like everything on here that is sold. But if you're trying to get a refund or a return, it's best to just do everything within the app. So make the purchase within app or the PayPal, just so that on the support end, they can go back and see the paper trail that you had, and they can go through your account and see, oh yeah, they did it through the app, and then there's no confusion. But if you do it outside the app, they don't have a record of it. Even if you give them proof of it, it just takes that much longer to get a refund. So if you do everything within the 180-day window and you do it through the app via Depop payments or PayPal, getting a refund will be a lot easier than if you do it outside the app and then there's all this confusion that you really don't want. I promise you, it's just easier to do it in the app. So that's my suggestion. But just wanted to touch bases on that. Okay, guys, so now let's say you did get the item, but it is nothing like what it looked like in this picture. Sometimes pictures be deceiving. Let's say the seller said it was brand new, but when you got it, it looked used or whatever. You can file the dispute through PayPal. If you did it through PayPal, this is the steps you would take right here. Otherwise, if you did it through Depop payments, you can click on, I'm going to actually put this link down here if you did it through Depop payments. And this is what you would have to do in order to get a refund. But like I said, if you did everything in the app, you shouldn't have any problems. So buyer protection will make sure you're covered. But if your item is like significantly not as described, or you're missing things from the item, you just have to reach out to the support team, but make sure you actually file a claim or a dispute. Otherwise, if you don't, it's going to be harder for the protection, the seller and or buyer protection to cover you. So make sure you do everything and file the disputes and do it as soon as possible. The longer you wait, the longer it takes, and just remember these little key things down here. Just keep your items so a return can be arranged. Take detailed photos. So like if the person said it was brand new, but you see there's a rip in the shirt, or the camera you got has a crack in the lens, something. Just take as many pictures as possible, and you keep proof of your shipping receipt so you can get refunded if you paid shipping fees or anything of that nature. And just document everything. That's the most important thing. Document everything. Keep in touch with the support. Make sure you get in touch with the seller as well. Like I said, communication is going to be your best friend with the support team and with the seller. So, yep, that's just this section. Like I said, I'll put the link in for this in the description so you guys can have it for reference. So the next section I want to talk about is the resolution center from the seller's point of view. So if you have a dispute or an issue raised against you by the buyer for an item they purchased from you, Depop's going to notify you first and foremost via email and the app, so you're not left in the dark about it. And then in order to see exactly what the buyer said, you would just go to the little mini U, the transformer icon. The resolution center is going to pop up, and then raised by buyers will be the next part. And then you click the item that they had the issue with, and then they'll put their little comments underneath. But if you read the comments and you feel that, you know, you can explain or you can clarify something, just get in touch with the buyer and just see if you guys can make a resolution within the communication portion of the app. So the little chat messages that are available when you purchase an item and you just keep the person updated is where you guys can have that resolution. And then even after you guys speak and the buyer just wants a refund, you yourself as the seller can just give them a refund without having to go through the dispute process. So you would just need to have a balance in the top up section of the app. So I'm actually going to go to it. So I'm going to click here. You would go to the little house icon, go to payments, and you would go down to the top up card, click there. The card you want to use would be right there. But this is where you would go in order to give them a refund from the top up card section if you did it through Depop payments. But if you did it through PayPal, this is where you would follow those step-by-step guides, because it's a little different from Depop, and just issue them a refund. But going back to the resolution center for the buyer, just want to point out this paragraph right here. Before you raise an issue, make sure that you've given the seller at least 5 days to get your item shipped and have tried to contact them through Depop messages for updates. So this just is if you haven't gotten the item yet. Like I said, it may take a few days, and depending on how the post office and the mail is working, you know, just keep a little time available before you raise an issue. But if you do have to raise an issue, just see if you can request tracking information or ask for a refund first from the seller, because most of them will just refund you and then you won't even have to go through the dispute process. But if you guys can't come to a resolution just from messaging each other on the app, then you can escalate the situation to Depop and then they'll take it from there. Or if you can't reach the seller for whatever reason, the issue will be automatically escalated to Depop within a week from you actually filing the dispute. So just go to the resolution center just to keep track of all of that stuff. And I can put the link to learning about escalations also in I'll put a few links, but I'll just put a few links about different portions of the return and refunds process in the description, just so you guys can keep it for reference. Okay, family, so that will wrap up part 2 of the returns and refunds policy. Like I said, there is a lot that goes into this process, so I am going to be making a part 3 and the final part, and it'll cover everything I didn't get to in this portion and in part 1. So be on the lookout for that. It should be coming up within the next, probably this week or next week. I will keep you all posted. Until then, everybody stay safe. And it's almost freaking summertime, y'all. So definitely get on those deals and get on the summer wear. I'm already on it, about to get me like 8 pairs of sunglasses. Just saying. All right, guys, be on the lookout for the next video. Peace.